So now a number of you raised your hands and said that you had diabetes, and I assume that many of you were told to go to diabetic education, and part of that diabetic education was meeting with a dietitian and getting some information about what to eat. And I know that might have been a long time ago and you might have forgotten some of that, but what I'll venture to say is what they probably told you was you should eat about 60 grams of carbohydrate per meal, 60 grams of carbohydrates at breakfast, 60 grams of carbohydrates at lunch, 60 at supper, and then maybe 2 or 3 15 to 30 gram snacks. That's kind of the standard. That's kind of the standard that is being taught. I'm going to kind of translate that with the message that you have there on the board. You have an illness that's characterized by the fact that your body doesn't metabolize carbohydrates, and I want you to consume 60 grams of poison with each meal. And that's what is taught. A couple of words about what they teach doctors about diabetes. So the first thing is that when a diabetic is diagnosed, they should be given diabetic education about diet, but you should assume that they're going to fail on the diet. And so at the time that they're diagnosed, they should be started on a medicine. They should usually be started on metformin. We're taught that diabetes is a slowly progressive disease. And so whatever medicine they started on is going to work for a while and then kind of no longer work. And so you should anticipate that people are going to gradually get worse and gradually need to be put on a second medicine and then a third medicine. And eventually the medicines will stop working and they'll need to be put on insulin and then more insulin. And this is what happens, that people get started on one medicine, get put on 2 and then 3 and end up on insulin. And the whole time they're gradually gaining weight. That's what I want to tell you, if this is you, is that it doesn't have to be that way. That for most people with type 2 diabetes, this is a nutritional curable disease. That diabetes is an indication that your body doesn't metabolize carbohydrates, and if you're going to eat carbohydrates, then you're going to need to be on medicine because you're poisoning yourself. Take poison in, take the antidote.